Okay, so welcome everybody. Coming to you from sunny old London here, and we're here to deliver the Q3 Q4 2020 roadmap. And today we're going to cover off a lot of stuff that I know you've been really keen to hear. We have everything from from Q3 all the way bringing us to the end of the year. We're going to cover off a little bit of reflection. We're going to get into it, in a bit of detail, step by step, and I have our CEO, Thomas Coughlin, here. He's joining us. We're going to have a little bit of a conversation about this, and we're going to just give you some insight into what's really going on at Kinesis in the back end as well, as well as the front end, and sort of what you can expect to see and how it's all coming together. So welcome, Tom. How are you?
Very well, thank you, Jai. Good to be back. Really excited about today. Obviously, a very important show for us all, and keen to get into it.
All right. Well, listen. I think I'm gonna kick off with just a little bit of a look to where we've come from since the beginning of the year. I mean, coming up from Q1 and Q2, what have we seen? We've seen the Kinesis app launch. We've seen Kinesis independent third-party Bureau Veritas metals audit to show that everything that's sitting on our Explorer, on our blockchain, every digital metal is matched one-to-one in physical as we stated it was. We'll be running those semi-annually, and every report will be public on the audits page on our website. We've seen in Q2 Bitcoin come onto the exchange. We have seen US Tether come onto the exchange, and then we rebuilt the exchange interface. So we've released the exchange interface. We've had a hell of a lot of good comments about this. People have been really excited about it. We've had excellent feedback. And the exchange is just a much better experience now. I think it's very attractive for both traders and in the crypto space and particularly metal space. We'll get into a little bit about how the exchange is going to transform, the precious metals industry as we move forward and start to bring the various components of our technology online. And then most importantly, just to close out Q2 on June 30, as you may be aware, we launched the Global Virtual Debit Card. And the Global Virtual Debit Card, it's quite an achievement, I think. I love the product. It doesn't cost you anything. There's no monthly fee. There's no activation fee. There's no fees for spending on it. We have a simple 0.22% top-up fee, and it's available in 180 countries in the world. There's a 500 max limit on it. You can top it up as much as you want. And what it does is it brings accessibility to precious metals like never before. I mean, you can take Kinesis allocated physical gold, which is digitalized, a bar that's sitting in the vault, physically sitting in a vault somewhere in the world, and then you can send that in 1 or 2 seconds across the world, receive it on the other end, click top up to your debit card and spend. It can transform the remittance markets. It can transform the precious metals markets. It's going to bring accessibility, liquidity, and to the world. So yeah, I'm really excited about the Global Virtual Debit Card. We're in beta at the moment. We'll be in beta for about 7 days. We'll come out of beta and then we'll be launching to the public. So excited to bring that to you all. Anyway, I'll hand over to Tom. Tom, a little bit of retrospective there, and get your thoughts on all that.
Yeah, thank you, Jai. I think I mentioned to the audience around 2 months ago that in 2 months' time that we're going to look like a completely different organization. And I've also previously spoken about us reaching a point where we are a minimal marketable product. And I actually think that point is now. Once we release that, the Global Virtual Debit Card, we're there. We've got a brand new user interface for the exchange, which is going to go through a series of enhancements as well. We've got the Global Virtual Debit Card. And, we are at a point where we can market to the precious metals market. We can market also to the crypto markets. And our value proposition to both is only going to improve and improve over time. And reversing back 2 years ago, when we've gone from, concept model, where we just started to communicate what we were doing to now, I mean, yeah, sure, there have been some delays upon initial estimates, but gee, we've really accomplished a lot. We've recruited a global team. We've brought online offices all around the world, set up entities, built out an enormous amount of technology, built out enormous amount of intellectual property, and now we've reached that point where we get to have some fun now. as we roll this out globally. And at this point, I also wanted to congratulate Jai as well. Big reason why he's on the call with me today is because of his new position as Chief Commercial Officer. He's overseeing a number of different departments and functions within our organization now, obviously marketing, the partnership side, the commercialization side, and also even the technology side as well. I got to say, he's really earned his stripes as far as achieving on deliverables. What we've seen, just a brief comment on the team over the last while, and I'm really, really proud of the team, I have to say, is a refinement and optimization of the team. What we're left with is the creme de la creme. And it's a highly enhanced, optimized team that we're really, we're powering at the moment. You're going to start seeing release after release after release. Now it's time for us to exceed expectations, I think. So you're going to have a lot of surprises. We're not going to be disclosing everything in this roadmap, but I want everyone to understand what this roadmap is as well. This is something that is firm. It's something that's concrete. We're not going to let one thing slip on this. If we do, it'll have good reason that we'll communicate immediately to you. So if we need to, rearrange priorities for any particular reason, then we will communicate that. But this is a high-level roadmap as well. There's going to be a lot of backfill and filling in between the lines here as well, and also some surprises. And we'd like to think it's conservative, and we'd like to surprise you as well. And I want everyone to understand our commitment towards enhancing it, speeding it up, everything like that. But I think already, and as we go through it, I think you'll be impressed with how aggressive this roadmap is. And I want everyone to sort of think, where we are now and, where we will be by the end of the year. Where we are now is actually a good position. We are starting to properly commercialize the solution now. And we'll be rolling out, you'll see marketing campaigns, promotional campaigns, PR campaigns, and we're going to start really infiltrating markets from this point forward. We've been in a holding pattern, circling and waiting to get things together. It's required, a lot of patience, not just from you, from us as well. We've been here biting our fingernails, waiting to sort of commercialize. I tell you what, we've been busy. We've all been doing 20-hour days, but loved it along the way as well. Yeah. Here we are. I'm super excited to be, part of this roadmap discussion now, and basically the next phase in our business. So with that, handing it back over to you, Jai.
Yeah, to echo the sentiment, and thank you for the introduction. And just a little bit on that. I've been embedding into this sort of new role for a little while now, and I'm super excited. Part of the thing that I'm going to bring to the table here is this roadmap and what we're hitting is a very, we take it very seriously, and we take a very aggressive approach to it internally as a team. Not the whip approach, but the team coming together, and that's part of my job, is to really bring everybody together. And I just want to give a bit of a shout out to our, we've got teams in 4 countries, and we have heads of operations in partnerships in another 3 on top of that. And then we have technology partners out in another couple of countries as well. So we have this 24-hour rolling thing happening. And, if you just take a look at the project management side of this business, it's intense. You wake up every morning to piles of things that are going on. And I want to give a shout out to, the team in Brisbane, our project management team, and our business analysts and our Sophia teams. These guys are incredible. We have our teams out there, as you guys may know, at the Shockwork side of things out there, that are also doing an amazing job. So everything's harmonized. We've had a lot of optimization in the team, and we have a very, very sweet running machine at the moment. And I'm going to make sure that continues to happen. And we're going to deliver on the roadmap. And we're really excited to bring it to you. And like Tom said, it's getting exciting. We have now with the launch of the debit card, I'm going to push you out into free now, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what's coming. So we're going to run through July to October here. And, we've got some exciting stuff on the partner side, but partner stuff aside, because we can't tell you too much about what's going on there at the moment in partner integrations. But the first thing that we've brought on is we've been interviewing around the world for some months now to bring on a stellar specialist development team. It's going to be our blockchain crack team. And we've gone high and low in search of the best here. And we now have this really, really great team that we've brought online. And part of the thing that they're going to be doing in the first instance is to, bring our Stellar core and all of our nodes and all of our infrastructure on the blockchain up to, Stellar and the blockchain community. The blockchain development moves really, really fast, as you can imagine. Stellar is an incredible platform to a blockchain, a protocol to run, financial operations on. It's very transformative as a technology. So bringing on specialists in this area are not only going to help keep our product optimal, but up to date, up to scratch. And also they're going to bring a consultative approach to us as well, where we're actually keeping up and ahead of times. And not to mention all of the exciting stuff we can do with our blockchain to bring on different, product offerings later. I won't get too much into that, but that team is coming online, and you'll start to see, a lot of performance and a lot of optimization coming, particularly like in the Explorer and, obviously once we start getting into Yield Engine, which we'll talk about a little bit later on. So, we've brought on the Stellar Specialist team. And then what we're bringing online is the Global Virtual Debit Card Mobile. So that'll follow 7 days. So right now we're in beta for Global Virtual Card. We're going to come out of beta, then we're going to launch the mobile. That brings accessibility to the market, right? You can be in 180 countries. As long as you've got an internet connection on your phone, you can now use the virtual debit card. You can send, receive, you can spend, you can add it to Apple Pay, Google Pay, Samsung Pay. You now have utility. We're bringing utility to, not only blockchain, but precious metals. You can now spend your gold, tap of a button. It's great. So then from there, what we have the rebranded Mint. So we have fixed up all of the user interface on the Mint, brought it into line with the current marketing, our current branding guidelines. It's not a full overhaul, but it's definitely a really good fix for the user. So you'll have a lot more, bringing in things like the HIN numbers and the settings, so you don't have to search around for them. Bringing in your reference numbers and bringing in the charting into the platform and updated UI. We're improving the sign and verify system. And most importantly, we have improved the transaction times to clear money. And one of the things that we're truly doing with the Mint here is that we've integrated and bringing the Kinesis money platform and the Mint, because the Mint is where you're going to create the currency. We're making it so that when you sell on the exchange, if you want to get money back into the Kinesis Mint, you can do it with the tap of a button and it'll be credited to your account within 1 minute. So we're increasing the velocity and the times, and we're removing the barriers for the funds transfer, basically. So that's a little bit about where we are. And I want to hand over to Tom. I just want to get your insight on the Mint here, because we've seen some interesting side effects of what happens when we have Mint volume happening. And you say it best. So I'll hand over to you and just give some insight into what's going on there.
Now, as everyone I think knows, what the Mint really does is it brings the ability for the average person to effectively act as their own central bank and to mint money, to create their own money, and for it to be sound money, obviously gold or silver backed. But what that means is, so you convert your fiat money into KAU or KAG, which is then emitted down into the Kinesis monetary system. And then you can either send or spend it, use it for payments yourself, or you can sell it onto the exchange. Now, by selling it onto the exchange, you're becoming your own market maker as well. You're setting the price, you put it in as a limit offer in the market, and you're pricing the liquidity in the market. So you're not only your own central bank, but you're a market maker as well, effectively, in the market. Now, but what we're seeing with that, because the minting benefits are so great, is minters are coming down and they're between the market maker spreads. Now, if you see the market maker spreads in our market, they're not that wide apart, particularly for the physical markets. They're very tight for the physical markets. So, but we're seeing minters sitting inside of that, which creates effectively the most cost-effective liquidity in the precious metal markets. I've seen, 1 cent buy-sell spreads quite often exist in our marketplace. And as we bring in more minters, the more cost-effective liquidity you're going to see, which what does that do? That brings in more liquidity. Ultimately, it starts to attract more attention from, small, medium, institutional, and large governmental purchases of metal. It starts to snowball. Ultimately, liquidity begets liquidity. So, really excited to be heading now into, what will be a minting campaign. We're going to have a highly attractive minting campaign. Simultaneously, we're going to be broadcasting the benefits of our system to the precious metals industry and to other respective industries and markets as well, because we've reached that point in time, as I mentioned. But, the benefits to the precious metals industry, where there's a cool, I don't know what it is, $8 trillion or $9 trillion in metal stored around the world, and tremendous volume, our benefits are undeniable. And our benefits are beyond anything else in the space. Let's run through them just off the top of my head. Highly cost-effective liquidity. The liquidity is going to be getting deeper and deeper and deeper. There will be those institutional minters come into place. They got put in the holding pattern that we were speaking about before, because one shot, one kill, better to keep our powder dry until it's the right time. I'll come back to that because it's really important. The fact that we offer secure allocated ownership of precious metals. We have no storage fees. Fine, okay, it is in the market, but we also, of course, have our yield system, not just holders yield. So don't just get a yield for holding it with us. You got all those active yields as well. So we offer a highly attractive solution, and that's undeniable. And we'll even be offering further benefits for basically migrating metal holdings from other platforms, and we'll have a highly attractive minting program, which will be announced shortly. So really excited about that. And, what I love about the minting as well, and I do it myself, right? I've just started sort of putting through my own sort of minting and really testing the system myself, there's a gamification element to it. And as we, refine our solution over time, it'll be getting funner and funner to use our solution, and easier and more streamlined and faster and more efficient and more cost effective. We're at at the very beginning stage of where we're going still. And, like I said, very excited, but just rewinding to some of those earlier sort of points. And, I look at July here, and you're going to see every single month is jam-packed with releases and aggressive, development schedule being rolled out. So, there's going to be new partner integration revealed or new partner integrations revealed. We're not going to give too much sort of, pre-warning of these coming out, but quick comment on that. And sorry to, hog too much of your spotlight here, Jai, but as far as this new partner integrations go, quick comment is, one thing that I love about Kinesis is that we are completely bespoke and unique, and we complement almost like every industry I can think of, and every user, whether individual, corporate, governmental, whatever user I can think of, we complement and we provide value. So when we talk partnership integrations, it could be from any part of the world almost, and it could be from any industry. Whether it could be with the precious metals industry. Yeah, we have a bespoke solution in the precious metals industry where we can go out to other leading partners in the precious metal industry and partner with them to provide value. It might be a bullion deal, it might be a vault, might be in the payment space. Who knows what it may be in, but we can go out and partner with the leaders in all those spaces. And we are going out and partnering with leaders in all different industries across the world. And we'll be very, very excited to roll these out in due course. So that's going to be exciting. There'll be little surprises that will come along the way. And yeah, we're set for revealing at least one of them in July. Also very excited to bring online the stellar core team that will be working away, enhancing, improving, and bringing more efficiency to our blockchain. And also, we're building out an Explorer as well with all the bells and whistles and it's going to be really good to have that once again, addition to our team and looking at all the sort of enhancements that come from that. Of course, there's we've just gone into beta for the global virtual debit card, and that'll be utilizing the web interface, but also, of course, it will be on your mobile application as well. And they'll that's obviously very important. The rebranded Mint. So now moving into September, handing it back to you, Joe.
As you can start to see, we're bringing online this functionality, improvements. We've got the team humming. We have some really exciting stuff on the product side that's been released, but we're not finished on the product side. We at some point need to get our product up and running, or the Kinesis Money user interface, into something that is world class. And so that's where we come into our next project. And we're finishing and finalizing designs currently now, and it will be going into development next week actually. And I'm super impressed with it. And I mean, I want to give another shout out here to our brilliant UI and UX team. We have a very big design team, and we develop everything bespoke. We don't. With Kinesis being such a bespoke product, we have to build everything up from scratch, and we integrate where we can. But we have a lot of resources that go into actually customizing and bringing things to life in the way that they need to. And this new Kinesis Money platform gets me excited a little bit. And you'll see it come on, and we're talking. We're bringing on a dashboard. You'll be able to get like a clean snapshot of everything. You'll be able to go onto the Kinesis Money platform, purchase KAU, KAG, Bitcoin, or whatever it is you want to do without having to go to the exchange. You can convert your KAU into Bitcoin with the click of the button without having to go to the exchange. So we're increasing the accessibility here for the everyday person. We're making it so that if you're not a trader and you're not used to using an exchange, you don't have to. And if you want to send money and you want to receive money, we're doing it with a click of a button. We're actually doing, literally, it'll be click send, put the address, the amount, done. And it'll all happen right in front of you without having to navigate off page. So we're making it so that, even my own father or your own mother or grandfather even should be able to use this product. And it should be easy and accessible. And this new interface is going to do that. I guess we're excited to bring you the new look of it as well. It's going to be really nicely designed. So that's all coming online. We've improved onboarding as well. So obviously, as we want to roll out everywhere in the world, KYC is a huge thing. And so we're bringing on new onboarding as well. So you can, from your mobile phone and from your computer, literally video onboarding, video KYC. So it's 1, 2, 3, and you're approved, ready to go. So we've got a lot of those things there. The focus here being, we want to cut down the time it takes for somebody to get in the system. We want to cut down the time that somebody brings their money online into the system. And we want to cut down all the time that somebody needs to use while interacting with the system. And all of these things will be coming online and will be delivered to you by the end of September. So, Tom, you've seen the new user interface. What are your thoughts, just from a top level there, on from what your perspective is?
Yeah, Joe. I mean, what I love about the new user interface is that it's something that can be showcased as being top of the field. In my view, it's above and beyond anything else in the banking, payment space, digital asset space. All the respective spaces that we're across. It's just, it really is above and beyond it, and it's a dream. It's going to be a dream to use. Highly simplistic, so anyone can use it. As I think you and I know, we need to make the solution so easy to use that a child can use it, an elderly person can use it without any fuss. It's secure, it's efficient, it's streamlined. I mean, these are the things that we're incorporating into it all, and it's going to be a dream. It's going to be fun to use. I can't wait to showcase it. It's something that I think the whole team's going to be super proud of. And at the same time, you know, we just keep on rolling out new functionality, new real world practical functionality, whereby people can just utilize the solution and gain value from it every day.
No, I agree. And one of the things I really love about this system that we're building is we don't go the gimmick route on anything. Everything we're very practical, logical thinking in our team and from the leadership perspective, and we don't throw any gimmick in there at all. It really is pure function, and we're throwing the form in there, but it's important to have the visual aspects there. But you know, this platform is such a cool product. I mean, you have this interface where people, you know, it's evolving the industry and understanding of money as well. But you're able to host a range of digital assets that are outside the monetary system of paper currency. We give you an exchange that you can trade with people all around the world with great liquidity. We bring on and excellent fees. We're not you know, being ridiculous. We're not. It's a fair and honest, and all our fees and pricing is world class. And then we give you the ability to transact and spend and send that money and use debit cards, bring on physical cards, and I'll roll in here into October, into the next thing. What we're bringing online is the physical debit card and hybrid banking solutions. So not only within that interface, you'll be able to sort of do anything you want with your money on a massive level, but you'll actually be able to then attach a physical card to that, which will then have higher limits. You know, there won't be these restrictions. You know, it'll be a physical program, and we'll get into where we're going to release those regionally, but we'll have a physical program in multiple countries. And then we get into the mobile banking sort of wallet side of things, where we'll actually have an account, a bank account attached to the KMS. That is it's a hybrid sort of style mobile wallet. The main point being is you'll be able to receive money into it and send money out of it with ease. So you're able to bring the money in and host everything within your financial life in the one system. And you've got access, obviously, to your digital assets. You can bring things online, offline, swap, exchange, send, spend. So the mobile banking and hybrid system coming online around about October, end of October, and the physical program in the USA will be coming online in October as well.
You know, we're developing out this full closed loop monetary system. And with that, we need to provide value not just to the individual, but also to the businesses and the corporates out there as well. And we're going to have a whole enterprise suite that we'll be releasing as well. We've already got the partnerships in place, you know, payroll functionality, all corporate banking solutions, and obviously, you know, the full suite for individual banking as well, private banking. Certainly very excited about that, and a number of different integrations. It's not, you know, we're not relying on, you know, even 1, 2, 3 partners. We've got many partners in the mix, and it's going to be a global rollout. Obviously, it's taken a considerable amount of time to put all these partnerships in place. There has to be all, you know, scoping studies done and speccing it all out, coming to agreement on it all. But you know, there's not one partnership, I think, that we've been involved in, which is like a vendor relationship. It's all like mutual collaborative partnerships, looking at where the synergies are that we bring to each other. And, you know, that takes me back to what I was saying before with the complementary side of our business. We complement pretty much any other business. And it's so super exciting. We're going to be tapping into very large user bases from, you know, a mix of different industries, and very excited to see it all roll out 100%.
And just to sort of like follow on from that, you know, on the partnership side, you know, Tom, you mentioned collaborative, and we don't take the easy vendor route here. You know, we don't, a lot of the things in fintech these days, fintech needs to be disruptive, fintech needs to be original. We are, in my opinion, a true market disruptor. We taking lots of, we could look at a system and say, well, we don't need that, we just need that. And then we'll go for another system and say, we don't need that, we just need that. And we are piecing together things that gives us the functionality in our vision. And, you know, it does take time. And, you know, it's, you know, where it might simply be a simple API integration, all of a sudden becomes multiple integrations and us actually customizing things so that it's going to work to create the system that we want to create. And it's really starting to come together now. And these partnerships, you know, there are many of them that, you know, are in the background, that it's all starting to sort of come together into one big, nice vision. And we are also we know our product so well now, and we know the vision and direction that it needs to go from a technical side, that now it's just becoming something that's coming together and coming together fast. And we can very quickly spot what we need in the market, and we can get things happening quicker and quicker with partner integrations now as well. So, you know, what we'll bring online that Tom alluded to, perhaps in July, that we'll reveal this, as far as an integration is concerned, it's come together quite quickly. And they do get quicker and quicker. But yeah, so like Tom said, we're holding pattern, but we're starting to come out of that holding pattern now. So we've come through, you know, Stellar Specialist team, the global virtual debit card mobile, rebranded BIN. We've done one-click withdrawals, Kinesis BIN. We've got the new Kinesis Money platform coming out. We have the debit card deposit facilities coming online. I don't know if we mentioned that, but merchant facilities. So literally being able to put your outside debit card to put money into the Mint and to the Kinesis Money. So, you know, instead of using a bank account to transfer in, debit card. These things aren't so easy to achieve. You'd be surprised on how much goes into the back end of setting up to get yourself, you know, to be able to just have little things like this, particularly being in the industry we're in, where the industry is still finding, especially blockchain and crypto itself, is still finding its feet, you know, within regulatory, you know, governments are starting to learn how to look at it now, and it is becoming accepted. But there have been a lot of roadblocks along the way. You know, you hit brick walls in certain areas, and you've got to sort of navigate around them. So sometimes, you know, it's not just a straight line of, oh, I just want to integrate there. So we've got the merchant facilities coming on, then we've got the physical debit card USA, mobile banking system coming online. And then there'll be another partner integration at the end of October that, yeah, it'll be revealed. But I don't know if you want to give it a little bit of insight. We spoke about it earlier, Tom. I think it might, yeah, it's exciting stuff.
Yeah, thanks, Jai. So with regards to, yeah, that integration, I think a lot of our audience knows that we have been involved on the social impact side before, and we've been looking at ways to you know, basically use our technology and everything that we've built to, I guess, help people in the world. You know, we've done some work with the United Nations and the like. So, I mean, we're looking at, it's actually, I'll spill the beans now, it's a donational facility. But, you know, the actual partner on this is going to blow people's socks off, I think. So yeah, we've been working on that. That's and that'll be revealed, and stay tuned for that one. But it's going to be a donational facility within the system whereby people, you know, can you know, choose to donate to various different causes. And there'll be different ways in doing that as well, but stay tuned for more information there. That's what I'll say there.
Lovely. So, you know, November and November and December are the months I want to cover off here. And we're going to bring in a physical debit card program in November for Europe, the EEA, and the UK. So we're covering quite a lot there. That'll be a physical debit card. Obviously, everyone's got access to the virtual card, but now we've got a physical card program in Europe and UK. That is going to be the beginning when we're talking about a physical debit card program. We talk about integrating into the mobile, and banking functionality as well. Then we have the new Explorer interface. Tom alluded to it before. I may have said something. The new Explorer will be, it'll be sexy. And what it will be is it will have, what we're envisioning here is not only to have the KAU, KAG mainnet and the total metal pool, but you'll be able to instantly see the fees and what they equal in real dollar terms. We'll have probably a USD sort of conversion there. We'll be able to measure velocity in the system and graphically represent it in real time so that you can actually see how much velocity is going on in the system. And then we'll obviously bring market cap in there, because the two things with Kinesis that really make Kinesis work is market capitalization and velocity. So to having that market capitalization and then having that gold, silver, and turning over, right? The rate at which it is changing hands. And, really the ideal numbers around that. We will be releasing the new blueprint within the next 2 weeks. We've been very busy on development stuff. We've finished most of it. And actually the last component we were waiting for to release the blueprint was this roadmap. So as we design that up, we'll finish it off and we'll get that out. But you'll see in there that, the 10% velocity against a nice market cap starts to make this system really viable. And we are seeing it, with the partners that are knocking on our door every day for integrations. And we're talking, for us to achieve, $1 billion, $2 billion in market capitalization at a 10% velocity is so possible and achievable that it's, for us, it's the biggest commodity here is time. It's been able to get this stuff done so we can get ourselves ready to accept that. And believe you me, there are a lot of people out there. There are a lot of companies, a lot of interested parties that want to work with us that are going to, we're going to make that happen. So, we come from there and we go into the address linking function of the Kinesis Money platform. And I'll let Tom cover off a little bit more about why we've chosen to go this direction, because I know a lot of you right now are saying to yourself, what about the yield engine, right? And I know we said we'll bring the yield engine on in Q2. Part of the restructuring and fixing this roadmap and bringing it into a strategic and tactical sort of rollout internally has been discussed intensely. And for us to bring the product and the banking components online had to take priority here. So we've moved the core engine of the yield core, right, into December. We will deliver the yield engine in December. And we will be releasing a yield at a time, right? So we will be able to bring on in December the yield core engine and the Minter's yield. That's what we're going to be bringing online. Then we'll reach into 2021 and you'll start to see, the first quarter of 2021, they'll all come online. But ultimately, the yield engine will be coming on, but also we'll be bringing on a physical debit card program in Africa. And the address linking will happen. Now, one thing just to note about the yields here, all yields are retroactively accrued. Everything from the beginning of when our mainnet went live to all your activities on the blockchain, we know it's there. It will all be paid. All the KVT holders, all the minters, all of the holders, it's all there. And what will happen is when we bring it online, it'll be retroactively accrued. It's retroactively accrued. It'll be brought online and it'll be put into your account and we'll have a yield payout. But more importantly, by the time the yield engine comes online, we have a full global closed loop banking monetary system that is live so that it's going to continue to generate velocity. And we have an attractive mechanism for people to bring their gold into, which will increase our market capitalization. And you as a minter, you as a KVT holder will start to see exactly, the power of that and start to reap the benefits of that as we go. And Tom, I'll hand over to you there just to give your insight.
Yeah, thanks for that, Jai. Yeah, obviously very important comments around the yield engine. Now, I want to give some color as far as this goes. Basically, we deliberated internally and at the executive committee level and the board level on this for quite a considerable period of time. And what was determined and what was resolved was that it's more important that we deliver a highly functional platform that will be accepted by users. It's user-friendly, it's efficient, it's cost-effective, and it's something that we can commercialize. It's something that we can market before we actually push out the yield engine. The yield engine is no one's going to be at a loss because it retroactively looks back and everyone gets rewarded accordingly. All actions that they do within the system are recorded and will be rewarded. So while we acknowledge, the importance of the yield engine, there will be no yields if there is no activity in the system. And what brings activity into the system is having a highly functional system. So we want to release our core functions: debit cards, payment facilities, banking facilities, efficient trading interface on both the web interface, the mobile interface, make it highly efficient to be able to use Kinesis every day for monetary and banking purposes and payment purposes, to go to the shop to pay in Kinesis. That takes priority over the yields. I know how important the yields are. They're coming. Everyone will be rewarded. But let me just say this as well. We've got them in there at December, but we're doing our best to improve this whole roadmap. So, but that's when it starts to get, we can firmly commit to it being rolled out. It sort of has to be done in sequential order, all these different things. It'd be great to be able to have like a ring-fence siloed team just working on the yield engine, but it all needs to be interfaced in, and it all needs to be worked in this sequential order. So that's why it has to be done that way. Otherwise, we would have it just sort of in parallel being built out at the same time, but it needs to sort of be done in that sequential order. Like I said, no one's going to be disadvantaged. All the incentives to use the system are still there, and nothing's going to be missed. And that takes us up to December, and by that point in time, it's we're really going to be humming, I got to say. I mean, I can't wait to deliver the first yield, but let's get it to a level where the yields are actually significant enough as well to be distributing. And they're going to be significant enough by delivering all this functionality, by commercializing the platform. If we can't get it to a level of commercialization, then we're not going to throw marketing money at it. We're not going to throw money to, be broadcasting and spreading the word. Like, that's what we're focusing at the moment on, getting to that minimal marketable product. And we've reached that level for a few different industries, and basically, you're going to start seeing it happen and spread across the world. And we're really starting the engines here, and the team is phenomenally busy behind the scenes. And I got to say, we're a well-oiled machine at this point in time. We're really humming. Yeah. So I think that really sort of takes us up to the end of the year as far as firm commitments in the roadmap. There'll be a few little things slotted in between, but and you can see it's very aggressive what we're doing here. It's a massive system that we're rolling out, and we're moving. We had our consolidation period, the holding pattern, but now we're really, really moving, and it's going to be an exciting time. I think we're all going to have fun along the way. And with that, we have a few discussion items as well, but I'll hand that back to you, Joe.
I mean, the discussion points, Tom, we had here today, which I know everyone's going to be wanting to hear, is on the institutional minting. We touched on it earlier. There's institutional minting. There's Indonesia. We spoke about the yield engine core, and with just some overall performance enhancements. Before we kick on to that, I just want a bit of a shout out as well to our ambassador community. We do listen to you. We do value your opinions, and you know, a lot of the things that you're talking about on the ambassadors community, we're very, very aware of. You know, we do like working with you, and we do thank you for your support. A lot of the performance stuff that is in the background is absolutely being worked on, and one of the discussion points here obviously was performance enhancements. Like we've mentioned through here, all the development that's coming through, you'll start seeing optimization on optimization on optimization on optimization, and it will get to a point that by the time we reach the end of the year, not only will the house be built, but it will be ticking like a very, very well-oiled machine. So I just wanted to address that point there, particularly for the ambassadors there.
I think it's worthwhile noting that everything has been so carefully planned out from a strategic perspective, and everything has purpose and everything has meaning. And, you know, there's obviously a lot that happens behind the scenes on our side that we just can't make, you know, the public privy to. But there's a lot of considerations that go into everything. And we are so, you know, tremendously steadfast in our strategic sequential progress and the way that we're going about commercializing, that, you know, it's just been so well considered that, you know, we have a phenomenal amount of confidence in it. And I look forward to, you know, basically unveiling our progress over time and seeing this sequence come out, so everyone, you know, little by little can join the dots on it all and see the grander picture. There's this grand picture that we're in the middle of unveiling, right? And it's there, and please be patient during the process, but it's going to make a lot of sense over time. So on the institutional minting side, we basically, you know, we put that on ice, but we put it on ice a while ago when we understood that it needed to be put on ice. These institutional minters, these large holders of metal, you got one shot with them. That's it. So we wanted to get our platform to a level where it would be not only accepted but enjoyed by them, and so we've really got to that stage now, and the conversations are now have been reinitiated. Well, not reinitiated; it's been there all along. But we told them, look, wait until it's the right time to do it. So you'll start to see some progress there in the not too distant future, and you'll start to see metal come in. Little by little, like we're in no major rush for it to happen. I don't think anyone should be in any major rush. There's a right time to be doing things. There's obviously the Indonesia launch, which we're in the middle of as well. And you'll be seeing more of that coming through as well. You'll be seeing, you know, more telltale signs of that happening, whether it be, you know, additional volume into the system. You know, there's different elements and components involved there, whether it be ABX, Kinesis as well, interfacing all together. Really, Eric's better to provide an update there, and he'll be on, you know, in subsequent shows to provide an update. But don't worry, that's full steam ahead.
Yeah.
Right? That you'll see the volume come from that. There's all representations that have been made around the Indonesian launch. Yeah. If anything, are on the conservative side. So you're going to start to see Indonesia come online. And Indonesia, just like all the other partnerships that we'll be unveiling, they are precedents. So Indonesia is a nationwide precedent. These other partnerships that we'll be unveiling are like industry-wide precedents. And they're not with, you know, small shops in these different industries. They're with, you know, large organizations, leaders in the respective industries. So we're going to be setting a lot of precedents. We're highly complementary, and that, you know, it's just all about starting getting things rolling here. On the Yield Engine core, I think we provide a bit of color there as to, you know, the strategic decisions that went into the sequencing of that. Yeah, sure, it might be a little bit of a disappointment for some people, but we're doing what is right for the organization, and not just to appease our community, but so we put our organization and our system in a position whereby we enjoy long-term sustainable success. We're looking, decades into the future. We're aware of any shortcomings in the system, and we're working on them all, and very, very confident that you're going to be enjoying a highly efficient and really rewarding experience in the Kinesis monetary system going forward. I said 2 months ago that you'll be looking at a different organization, and you really are. You're looking at a minimal marketable product now, ready for commercialization around the world, and we've closed the loop on the system with the debit card. So you've got a closed loop monetary system now that you can actually use it. So you can go from being your own central bank to then actually using the money that you create. By the end of this year, you're going to be looking at an entirely different organization once again. So, and that's only 6 short months away. Not long away, really, in the grand scheme of things. So your patience is highly appreciated. I mean, we're just powering every day behind the scenes, and really, really excited to be delivering release after release to you in an aggressive way over the next while.
Yeah, thanks, Tom. I mean, it couldn't have been said any better, I don't think. And look, I just want to close off here by just making people aware of little bits and bobs. We will be publishing the roadmap on our website very shortly. So you'll be able to go under the About Us and see the roadmap there. So you'll be able to reflect upon all of that there and keep a track of it all online from the website. We're bringing on new login screens for Kinesis Money Platform, and you'll be able to see some enhancements there. That'll be happening in the next week, so keep your eye on that. I just want to make you aware of the great content that's being pushed out by our marketing department in London. So they're a great team, and every week we have blogs going out. And if you go on the blog section of our website, you can see some great articles. Some good stuff about the system, some good stuff about precious metals industry, some great stuff about the product, and also distinctions and write-ups that are actually going to help explain to you why all this is important. So do check that out. I'd also like to mention the Live from the Vault series that we're running, which our team does an incredible job of doing. You see Tom on there, do appearances, and now we're having more and more guests come on from the precious metals industry that are actually sort of giving us some insight into the industry, and you'll start to see more and more guests come on. So we've had 2 or 3 guests so far, and those guests have been really, really interesting. And there's going to be another one coming out on Monday, which you're going to love. So if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do, and you'll get notified every time that there is a new Live from the Vault out. Anyway, that's it from me, and I'd just like to hand over to you, Tom. Finish off.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Joe. I think that's a pretty good wrap up, actually. Not much more to add to that. Just want to thank our community. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your patience while we roll out. But now we've reached the time where we're about to start having some fun. And I look forward to sharing the journey with you. And we'll be keeping you as updated as possible along the way, where as we really embark and continue on this exciting journey together. Thank you very much.